Hi guys, welcome back to Foliage Loft. My name is Liam, and today we're heading to Urban Jungle in Cambridge, which is a little plant shop. So I'm heading there with a close friend. She recently moved into town. She moved into a bigger space and she's looking to expand her plant collection. She's a bit of a plant beginner, so we're gonna pick out some plants that work well for her. So we're gonna take you along for the ride, and then later on I'll kind of explain what we did, and we'll see, maybe I'll pick up a few plants myself. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to heading over to this plant shop, so let's hit the road. After arriving at the store, I realized just how fitting the name Urban Jungle was for this shop. It definitely feels like a jungle. There are plants everywhere you look. As you enter, you have to shimmy around this huge areca palm, and they have a few other large featured plants, like this huge Boston fern by the entrance, and this Thaumatophyllum with massive leaves. And overall, their selection was really good for a small store. You can see here they have a small section for succulents and cacti. They had some really healthy looking varieties of peperomia, and some nice philodendron varieties as well. And there's another really cool feature in this store, and that's this really cool egg-shaped wicker chair that's surrounded by foliage. I think I could sit and read a book in this chair for an entire day. They also had some really nice plant accessories, including some hanging glass orbs and lots of different decorative pots. But then we had to get serious about which plants we wanted to purchase. My friend was intrigued by the sago palms, but decided she wanted a couple of smaller plants instead. She seemed to keep coming back to this area with snake plants, which works out because they're excellent beginner plants. She picked out one that she really liked, and then we started looking at the Dracaenas. Initially, she liked the sucralosa, which is a plant that I really like, but I mentioned they're a little bit more finicky and like to stay moist compared to other Dracaenas that like to dry out. So she decided to go with a different variety. I picked up a plant for myself before we left the store, and I'm going to talk about that one at the end of this video. First, we headed back to my friend's place to find the right spot for her new plants. As you can see, my friend ended up picking up this Dracaena Dragon Lemon Surprise and a small Starfish Sansevieria as well. She wanted to place both plants on this cool industrial looking shelf that she has in her living room. And this whole room is drenched with bright indirect light. There are 2 south-facing windows in this room, and some light that comes in from a north-facing bathroom window as well. I think these plants are definitely going to thrive in here. Both the Dracaena and the snake plant she picked up would both do pretty well in a lower light setting as well. But if you provide them with lots of bright indirect light, like in this situation, these plants are definitely going to grow just a little bit faster. She also picked up some decorative pots from Urban Jungle, a faux marble pot for the little starfish snake plant, and this cute one for the Dracaena, which she thought was a fox, I thought was a hedgehog. So weigh in down below what creature you think this pot is, and help us settle the debate. And I just want to finish off here by showing you this prayer plant. I actually gave this plant to her about a year ago now, and she still has it alive, which is quite an achievement for a beginner plant person. So if she can take care of a prayer plant, she can definitely take care of these 2 new Easy Care plants that she bought. And she also has this big beautiful ZZ plant in her collection, which I'm quite jealous of. It's at least twice the size of my ZZ, and it looks like it's loving life. So after doing all this, we decided we needed to spend some time outside, and we headed out to look for a good hiking trail. When we arrived at this trail by the river, we were disappointed to see that the trail was completely submerged by the high water levels. We had to find another way to our destination. We passed over a bridge, under a graffiti-covered highway, down a long and winding path. The landscape was almost completely barren. We walked by a swampy marsh and a tiny winding stream. Until we reached our destination, the Grand River. So if you've been watching my channel from the beginning, you may think that this spot looks familiar, and I actually filmed the very first video on my channel on this exact trail. It's been almost 6 months since I made that first video, so it was really nice to revisit this spot and look back a little at my YouTube journey so far. I haven't been able to see my friend for a while, so I was telling her a bit about why I started on YouTube and where I hope to take it in the future, and I feel just as excited about it now as I was back on that day when I recorded my first video, which I think is a really good sign that I'm doing the right thing. I've been getting some super nice and supportive comments lately from people who are enjoying watching my content, so I just want to thank each and every one of you. It brings me a lot of joy to share my knowledge, experience, and opinions about plants, and I think the plant community on YouTube has to be one of the most positive and uplifting communities on here, so thank you guys so much for everything. I had a great time catching up with my friend along the river, and I'm really looking forward to more adventures like this in the summer. And finally in this video, I just want to talk about the plant that I picked up today, this amazing and weird whale fin sansevieria. This plant has been on my wish list for some time now, and I finally found one for a reasonable price. I think it's a great looking specimen. It's just so weird, and it's got this very interesting curved look to it. So you can see this specimen has this really cool pattern on it. It kind of reminds me of the pattern on the Xylanica sansevierias, that kind of dark green mixed in with lighter green. I also found this cash pot to go with it, and I think this odd little face on the pot just goes perfectly with the whimsical nature of this plant. And this plant is definitely a bit of a statement piece, definitely stands out and attracts attention. And maybe one day it's going to give me some baby plants too. So that's something to look forward to. So I know this video is a little bit different. I did a voiceover for this video. I didn't really want to be talking to the camera when I was catching up with my friends, so I figured I'd record all the audio later on. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you like it. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Bye.